All right, everybody, how y'all been doing? Hope everybody had a good Christmas and got what they wanted for Christmas and celebrate with their family and friends. Well, I'm just going to give you an update on our flooded house. As everybody knows, what we've been going through. Here's the yard out in front of the house. There's my shed. As you can tell, it's still flooded. There's my boat and my trailers out there. But yeah, we're still flooded out here. Now the water did, as you can see on the line down there on the house, the water has went down about an inch or inch and a half. So it has went down some, but it's still flooded out. And we got the power cord hooked up, running over through here, going to the camper. Here's our camper and the storage right here that we got. And we just been kind of roughing it, y'all. My shed, you can see the water line on my shed, and the bottom of my shed got wet. But yeah, we're still doing our thing. The insurance company's still trying to give us problems and don't want to help us out. So we're trying to contact everybody we can contact to see what we can do. We did get us a lawyer because the insurance company's playing games, and maybe the lawyer can fix them or get them to. Excuse me, I'm getting a cigarette. I'll give you a little update too. Since I have a camper, a 23-foot camper, or 29-foot, my bad, 29-foot camper, I had to get something to pull it. So a buddy of mine, down there at his shop, he had a buddy of his selling a truck, and it wasn't no high dollar truck. It's an old Chevy truck, but I like it. I like them old Chevys because I can work on them, and they're pretty damn reliable. I own one Chevy, a 97. I'll show you both my trucks. The new truck that I got, new used truck, old truck, I put a little work into. I'm going to do a little bit more work too. It's just too cold to do it today. Is the burgundy looking gray truck. The green truck I've already had, but it's a dually 3500 92. It's got a 454 big block in it. And there's my other truck. That's the truck I drive to work. That's my 2097 Chevy 1500 with a 350 in it. But I like that old truck. It's got a spot for the fifth wheel, and this thing is very capable of pulling a camper. It's a dually, so you know it can do it. Now it ain't the best in the world, but I got it cheap, and I just need to pull the camper and maybe ride around in a little bit. I kind of like them big old Chevy trucks. I've never owned a big dually truck before. It's kind of different for me. I've always owned like 1500s and stuff, but it's a big old Chevy truck, and I know it's going to take some work, and it runs good. The air condition works and the cruise control works, and I can find parts for it pretty easy. And it's pretty easy to work on. And if I get to something where I can't work on it, then I got buddies that can. I got somebody messaging me, y'all. I'm sorry. I can have people, you know, that can help me work on it. But it ain't nothing brand new. You know, I bought it, you know, and stuff, and kind of put some money into it a little bit. I put some new window sills on it. It had running boards on it, you know, like the old aluminum running boards that run down the side of the truck. I took them off. I was like, that's paw. I got to get that off there. It just makes it look low and it looks stupid. I mean, it's already an old truck, but I don't want it to make it look like I'm super duper old. It's got to look kind of cool, you know. And I was picking on Stacey about it. I said, now Stacey, we can go get the watermelons out there in the field. I said, this thing will pull it. This thing getting the watermelons. She was laughing about it. But yeah, it's just an old 92 Chevy truck with a fifth wheel in it. And it does need work, and it ain't perfect. But you know, a truck like this comes in pretty handy when you need to pull something heavy. You know, when you pull something heavy, you need to get. I just washed it off, y'all. If y'all know why it's wet and stuff, it's got water in the beds because I just washed it. I hit it with a pressure washer. But it ain't perfect. It's something that I bought that if I need to move that camper, I ain't got to go ask somebody or beg somebody to get them down here to pull the camper out, just in case I have to move it. But yeah, so we're still doing our thing around here. I'll show you the side of the camper. We moved the camper. It was out here on the property out there, but it's real smushy out there, you know, real smushy and wet. So we moved it over here on this side, and I'll let y'all see this. So here's the camper, y'all. Y'all see that? It's a 2020. It's a real nice camper on the inside. I have to do a video on the inside of it. I got water boots on right now, so I don't want to track mud and dirt in there. But it's really clean. It's almost like a real nice apartment, you know, but it's just small. But we're still getting our stuff out of the house. We're not living in the camper yet. We're still moving stuff in the camper, moving stuff in this pod, and just trying to survive and make it through all these times. We had a good Christmas. My mom did, and Stacey's family and stuff had a good Christmas, and my daughter and stuff like that. We did pretty good for Christmas. And hell, we're just thankful to be alive and be in good health, and you know, and working and being able to do things. You know, I mean, I'm not a rich man, but you know, I'm rich with life, I guess. You know, and you know, when Christmas came around, I really thought about, you know, Jesus and the tribulations and things he went through and stuff like that, and I feel like I'm kind of following in the footsteps a little bit, y'all. Stacey hates this water, man. I do too. It sucks because, you know, you got to put water boots on to go to my house up here to the front door, and it's just, at one time it got so flooded. The water was so high. Even water boots, you were basically about to flood your water boots just walking to the house. That's what I'm doing now. I'm kind of walking to the front door of the house, if y'all want to know what I'm doing. But as you can see that water line, that green line on the garage doors and the brick, it's went down some, which I think the reason why it's went down is because the groves around here, we got orange groves and citrus fruit around here, and maybe some of the people that are growing the groves are spraying the groves down because they don't want their trees and stuff to freeze. So maybe they are pumping water out of here, which is a good thing. Our house is still a mess. I don't even want to, you know, show y'all that. Y'all see it, y'all won't believe it. I've showed a lot of videos already of the water, but the mold in the bottom of the house is unbelievable. It looks like somebody took black spray paint, white spray paint, gray spray paint, green spray paint, pretty much spray painted the walls is what it looks like. There's so much mold. But as you can tell, I mean, y'all can see it, you know, and yeah, we're part of the lake. There's really nothing we can do other than trying to see what, as you can see my water boots, see how the water's pretty high on them boots. As you can see out there, the lake and stuff, it's just, you know, we're still fighting with it, y'all. And like I said, I was out there today. Give me something to do. I'm off of work, so I don't go back to work till Friday night. So I needed something to do. Stacey's at work. She's out cutting hair and stuff, and I think she's doing a color for my cousin, doing some highlights or something. So I needed something to do. So what I did was I went in the garage and got some of my tools out of my toolbox, put them in the toolbox of the truck. I need to look up, see if I can find locks for that toolbox, because the locks that are on it, the guy didn't have the key to. Either that, or I can put like the clasp thing for the padlocks and put padlocks on it. I can do that too. Doesn't really matter. However, I can get it locked down and secure. I don't want somebody stealing my tools out of there, man. You know, them tools are hard to come by, and I've had them for years, and you collect them over years. I had a guy ask me one time, a young man asked me, he said, He said, Philip, he said, how do you got so many tools, man? I said, well, as a man, and even a young man, you know, you don't buy all the tools at once. It's something that you buy throughout time when you need a job done, or or maybe a Christmas gift, or special jobs you got to do. You collect these tools over time, and I think any young man or a grown man needs to have tools. I think it's important. I even think women should have tools. I think women should, even young girls, should be taught a little something, from their daddy or their mama, and own tools, because tools are very important. Not everybody can spend the kind of money to take something to the shop, or have somebody fix something for them all the time. So there's times you're going to need tools, and tools are very important. I've got an awful lot of them. Some of the water's kind of rusted them up a little bit, but they still work. And if I got to, I'll wipe them down with WD-40 and get them back in good shape. But tools are very important to somebody, they're important to me. I've had them over the years. And now I'm walking towards the shed, kind of show you. Now my fruit tree's pretty much dying. I got a little bit of, on this fruit tree here, y'all, if y'all want to see this, I got some guavas. This is a guava tree. And of course I'm in water, but these are guavas right here, growing on a tree, and they're not ready yet. They're getting ready, and hopefully they do, because I'll give them away. I don't eat guavas. I tried them, and I don't really care for them. I've never really, I've heard people making guava jelly and stuff like that, and putting in jars and stuff, but I don't eat stuff like that, man. But yeah, here's my shed, and it was underwater, as you can tell. You look at the floor, see how I was underwater. This guy, it's messy. Look how messy that is. Brand new shed, y'all. Brand new shed. $6,000 for this shed, and it's just totally flooded, man. The floor is all jacked up. That's pressure treated wood, but I don't know what it's gonna do. And all my tools and stuff, it looks like a hot mess. I had this thing all prettied up and done up with all the signs and pictures and stuff like that. And now I'm just kind of rummaging through it. I'm rummaging through the things that I own, that I've had for years, and that I've lost, and stuff that very important to me. My tools are very important to me, and there's something that I've collected and I've had over the years. My daddy's given me tools, my uncles and friends of mine, and I've bought and I've had, and I don't want to lose my stuff, you know what I mean? It's just material things. What's more important is your health and your life. But even then, you still don't want to lose your tools, man. That's very important for a man to have tools. But just giving y'all an update. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope everybody has a happy new year. I haven't made any videos lately. I've been working an awful lot, trying to stay busy, just doing what I can. I see all the stuff going on with the Joe Biden and the left and all that. Can y'all believe that guy from Ukraine came over here to our Congress begging for money? Begging for money. Wanting the United States to give more aid and more money to them. You got a person like me that's sitting here flooded out, can't get no help from the government, can't get no help from Red Cross, FEMA, or nobody, living like this with a lake house, a real lake house. This is true lake house here, y'all. Now, and you got people from other countries wanting us to help them and give them money. And then you got Americans like me, and even worse off than me, can't get nothing. And yet we're sending our tax dollars over for some mess that we shouldn't be getting in the middle of. These people today, they're fools. Bunch of fools. There's a bunch of foolish people out there, man. They just jump on a bunch of crap, And I really wonder, the last night we were coming from Stacey's brother's house, Christmas and stuff, get together and ate food and stuff over there. And I was really thinking to myself, you see all these people celebrating Christmas, But how many people really actually celebrate it and really think about why we celebrate it? Um, People teach like kids these days. They know all about these computers. They know all about these video games. They know all about these phones. Young kids, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Know all about this technology and these video games and stuff like that. But if you ask them questions about Jesus and ask them questions about the story of Jesus and ask them a Bible verse, just ask a kid a Bible verse and see if they know it. There's probably some kids out there that does know it, that's being raised right. Well, there's probably a lot out there that has no clue. And you know what? I don't blame the kids for it. I don't blame the kids for it one bit. I blame the parents. But how can parents lead kids if they are not led themselves by the teachings of Jesus Christ, which is our Lord and Savior, and there's only one of them. And no, I'm not perfect. I'm just a simple man that works, and I like fishing, I like hunting. I love this country. I love our military and our veterans. And, I like to do too, y'all. I don't know if y'all like to do it, but I like to, like Stacey, where she works, they got an angel tree where they got kids that's wanting certain gifts. The unfortunate children that has nothing, and they put what they want, and then people can take a name off a tree and go buy a gift for a kid. I tell you what, I really enjoy that. I really love buying stuff for children like that. Me and Stacey, she had like a picture of all the names and stuff. So when we were in the store, we bought a bunch of gifts for the children, because to me, that's important. That's important. For a child not to have something, that's ridiculous. I think that, and it's just gifts. But I was thinking, as I was a kid, my parents, my mom and my dad, they would do anything they could to have me so I could have a good Christmas, even if they had to do without. I've seen my mom do without. I've seen my dad do without, so I would have a good Christmas. And it really tugs at your heartstrings, to see children without stuff. And we take a lot of things for granted in our country. We take a lot of things for granted all the time, but the little children that needs to have a good Christmas should have a good Christmas. And if you got money to spend out there and you got extra money, take the time and buy somebody something. Be nice to people. There's a lot of fighting and a lot of fussing these days in this world, and a lot of hate. But that's not right, man. We need to love one another. We need to call evil out. If somebody's evil and pushing evil stuff on our children and on our country, and hates this country and hates what's good and what's right, and hates Jesus Christ and doesn't believe in Jesus, you know what? That's wrong. And I love our country. I love what it stands for. But I don't like the route it's going. And with them clowns up there now, who knows? Who knows? That's when we need to stand the firmest. But just making a little video, talking with you guys. I'm kind of bored today, so I guess talking with you guys gives me a little something to do and somebody to talk to. I sold my pontoon boat. I don't know if y'all recognize it was gone, but we did pull it out of the water. It was over here behind the house where that buoy's at out there. So I did sell it because I needed to, and it's just something, that I got to maintain, and it was brand new. And so I sold it to a couple that came from Alaska. They moved to Florida from Alaska. I said, "What'd y'all do that for?" And they were like, "Well, we wanted the warm weather." And I said, "Well, I don't blame you there." Real nice couple, Christian folks, real good people. And I sold it to them, and they're some kind of directors of a lodge up there in Alaska. So the guy, part of the deal of selling the pontoon boat, he threw in 10 nights at a lodge up there, hunting, fishing lodge in Alaska. I can't remember the name. It's some kind of Indian name or something, where it's at. But that's something. And also too, I got another announcement. Now a lot of y'all don't know this, but me and Stacey got engaged. So We got engaged on the 17th of December. I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And I did it the way on the knee, y'all. I did it the way on the knee. Give her a ring. So probably about in May is when we're gonna plan our wedding. And we're not gonna have no fancy, nothing fancy. Spend all this crazy money. I'd rather go to the courthouse, and she'd rather go to the courthouse and get married, and then take the money and have a good honeymoon, or go somewhere. Maybe we'll go to Alaska up there, where we got the free stay up there. But something, I've never been to Alaska, y'all, but it's beautiful up there. But down here in Florida right now, I mean, it's been getting kind of cold down here, y'all. It's probably I don't think it's in the 40s or nothing like that right now. It's probably, I'd say, in the 50s, high 40s, maybe 50, something around there. But it ain't too bad. Like I said, I'm in water right now down here. But and that's cold for us. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Florida when it gets that, in the 30s, 40s, 50s. But yeah, that's cold. It's a different cold. It's different than up north. I've been up north in Gatlinburg and stuff like that, and 45, 40 something degrees, and I was outside with shorts on. Down here, you get in the 40s. Down here in Florida, it's a different cold. It's a wet cold, and then a dry cold, and it really goes to your bones. I have arthritis and stuff, so it makes it act up and stuff like that. But I was just showing y'all and making a video and talking to y'all a little bit, and stuff, and we're just trying to figure out what's going to come next with this house, and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show y'all my new purchase on my truck, and I love it. I love that old truck. It ain't the best in the world, but I love it. I love it because I can work on it, you know what I mean? But that old burgundy 3500 dually, that's a nice truck to me. I like that, And you buy a brand new one, you're buying a brand new 3500 these days, like that, but brand new. Y'all know what that'll cost? Tell me in the comments what a brand new 3500 Chevy dually would cost you today if you bought one. If y'all know, tell me about it. I know they're real expensive, and I didn't pay nowhere near that. Now I know I'm gonna have to do some work on it. It ain't no new truck. I might have to put some hoses on it, or I might have to work on something, and that's the thing about it, As long as it runs, I don't really care. As long as it runs, it looks decent, and actually pulls what I need to pull. With that, I can pull anything. My little 1500 Chevy. See that trailer back there, that utility trailer? That thing, my Chevrolet don't even like pulling that thing with a lawnmower or four-wheeler on it. Don't even like that. So this 3500, it's made for pulling. It's got that big block in it, and yeah, it's fun to have a truck you can work on. And its parts are pretty easy to come by. I don't know what they were trying to do here, y'all. Y'all see this? I don't know if they were trying to put a hood scoop on this thing, like a cow induction hood scoop on it, or what they were trying to do. It's crazy. Y'all see that? It's like four of them. But I can go to the junkyard and get another hood like this all day long if I want it to. But it don't bother me none. It gives it character. It's an old truck, and of course an old truck is, I think the guy that had this was an old man that had it, and he said that he drove it just to pull a horse trailer around a couple miles down the road, and it ain't too bad. I did order a new one of these to go on here because it's a little cracked. A lot of people do this, even on my other Chevy. People will put these dash rags, I think that's what they call them, dash mats, because this gets cracked up. One speaker works in it over there, but this speaker over here doesn't work. But I can get to it. I see now I can get to it. So I'm gonna end up putting the speakers in there, and then there's spots for speakers in the columns up there, in the pillars. So I don't know how hard they are to get to. It's probably a pain in the tail to get to them. But at least if I can get two speakers, two good working speakers in here, I'll be all right. I don't listen to no boom boom music or anything stupid. I just need to listen to a little something. But as you can see, it's pretty clean. I mean, it ain't the best in the world. It's an old truck, but it's an old farm truck, you know what I mean? And the man that had it, it's only got 127,000 miles on it. I don't know if y'all can see that over there, but you can see over there the odometer. but it's got 127,000 miles. Now my other truck, my green truck, it's got like 162,000 miles. So this thing's actually got less miles, but my other truck I think is a little bit more cleaner and probably a little bit more taken care of than this one. But I like it. The only thing that's kind of bad about these trucks, I'm being picky, y'all. I'm being picky. The only thing about these trucks, right? This extended. My other truck's a 3-door, so that means you get to open the door up and you can get in the back of the truck. Okay, because it's got a third door. Well, this truck is the old school kind where you pull the lever up and the seat slides up, and then the seat lays down where you can where somebody can skin up in there. You know what I mean? Get up in the back of the truck. And Stacey had to experience that the other day. we test drove this truck. She's like, "How do I get in here?" I said, "You got to pull that lever up, and it's gonna make the whole seat move up." So she pulled it and it moved the whole seat up. She's like, "What the heck?" But she ain't used to that, y'all. And I ain't either. I mean, it's been a while since I drove a truck like this. But what I like about this truck, you know, with this seat, I don't know if this is like what they call a 40-60 or something like that, or a 60-40 seat. But what I like about it is when I'm going riding, I sit there and Stacey can sit right up beside me. Now that's true country living right there. When you can have your old lady right up beside you in a truck, that makes you feel like a man for real. That's a real deal country boy. You know, and I did order a gun rack for this truck. I do want to get the windows tinted. I don't want them real dark, y'all. You know, the reason why I don't want them real dark is because if I'm pulling something or if I'm moving something at night, it's hard to see out windows that are real, you know, real tinted. But I want to put a little tint on it, you know, because it'll cool it down inside the truck a little bit. I do want to have that looked at. Maybe tomorrow I'll go and register this truck. I'll buy the tags and stuff and get it all registered. But also too, I think I'm going to buy weather strip the seals for this, you know, and stuff like that. I'll buy seals for that, you know. But yeah, I got some spray painting to do, y'all. Got a little spray paint. Maybe later on I'll take some of that rhino coat and rhino coat this bed liner, or this bed, with some rhino coat. But that's on the back burner right now. What I'm gonna do is get it registered first. I'll probably spray paint this, probably get some grease and put on it, you know, get it all greased up and working good. That's something that if I ever want to use it, I don't have a fifth wheel, nothing with, you know, like a trailer with a fifth wheel, but if I ever do, I'm definitely gonna have to have it in order. I bought that receiver the other day from Advanced Auto. That's a heavy one too, buddy. It's got all different size balls, got the hook on there, you know. And from what the old man told me, he said all the lights work. I haven't checked the lights or nothing, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to buy some bulbs, or, you know, or something like that. It's how it is, y'all. Y'all know how it is. You know, these old trucks, you're gonna have to put a little money into them and work on them and make them yours, you know. And it means more to you when you have to build something. Of course, you go out and buy a brand new truck, you know, like this, and may spend $100-something on a new truck. But new trucks have problems too, y'all. These old trucks, they build them different, you know. And I'll show you the motor too while I'm at it, real quick. But yeah, and it needs little things. I mean, it needs little things, and it's going to take a little bit of sprucing it up to make it how I want it. But that's the fun in it, you know. But here's the motor in that truck. I see it's got a little bit of a valve cover gasket leak, which that's nothing. I put another valve cover gasket on my other truck. That's just basically moving stuff out of the way, taking them bolts off, cleaning it up real nice. When I go to do that, I'll probably take this off, have somebody sandblast it or clean it up for me good, and then I'll paint it. There's the 454 emblem on it, symbol, you know. But it ain't too bad. Looks like it's got a decent alternator. I'm gonna take this off, and I know why the old man put this on here, but I don't like it. Reason being is because it's got sharp edges and it could cut my hose. He did that because where it comes over, this hose can rub against this bracket. So I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna put something proper to go on there to keep that from rubbing. But this right here works. Now, I've seen people do it before. He took a Lucas can and did it. But I'm definitely going to get rid of that because I don't like them sharp edges. He said the air condition works. That's the original air condition. I got to get this hose right here. And on the comments, if you know what this hose is, tell me what it is. I'm not exactly sure where it goes or what it's for. I think it's for cold starts or something. But this hose goes to the breather up here, and it runs down and it runs to the manifold. As you can see, how it runs to the manifold, y'all. But I'm gonna get a new one of these because this thing's all jacked up. I mean, it's just loose and everything. I can buy a new one or go to the junkyard. I might be able to find one that's in decent shape and then just put some hose clamps on it. I don't really know what it does, but I'll have to figure it out. Oil wise, it looked good in oil, and you know, it's an old big block, man. How can you not love it? How can you not love an old Chevrolet big block? And they've been making these 454s for a long time. I think since the mid 60s is what I've heard that they've made these motors. And they're pretty damn reliable, and they've got they don't have a lot of horsepower. They got a lot of torque though. I won't say horsepower wise, they're like 200 and something horsepower, but torque wise they're like 350 or 340 pounds of torque or something like that, something crazy. But yeah, it ain't too bad of a little truck, you know, and or not a little truck, big truck. But you know, I cleaned it up, put some money into it, make it good roadworthy. I want to drive it so bad. I want to take it down the road, and I probably could get away with it around here where I live. I don't think nobody would mess with me, but I want to make sure I'm following the law, you know. I don't want to get myself in trouble. So I gotta clean these dang leaves out. Don't y'all hate how these leaves go in these trucks like this? Look at this. Look at that, man. Dang. You know, but it's an old truck. And it might have, you know, a little bit of oil leaks and a little bit of stuff that needs to be taken care of. But to me, that valve cover gasket, that's no big deal, man. The heads look good though. The heads ain't got no leaks or nothing on them. That valve cover's got a little bit of a leak, but that's no big deal as long as you check the oil every once in a while and it ain't a bad leak. It ain't nothing that big a deal, you know. But I want to get this thing all prettied up and put a little money into it. You know, Stacey likes it. She likes that big old truck. But I just wanted to show you something I bought that I'm definitely going to need, because if I get to where I need to move that camper, I hate having to ask somebody. And I got friends that's got brand new dually trucks, and I've got people that I can ask and that'll probably, you know, come over and do it. But I don't like asking people. So I bought something that I like. I always wanted a truck with a 454 in it. I used to like the 454 Super Sport trucks. Y'all remember them? The old 1500 trucks with the big block in them? But they were always black. You always seen them in black. And on the side, on the bed, towards over the tire, it said 454 Super Sport. I always wanted one of them trucks. I don't have one, but I got something that's got the same motor and can outpull it. It just probably ain't as fast because it's so heavy, but that thing probably weighs, I think 65 or 6,400 pounds. That thing is a tank. But anyways, y'all, I love y'all. Like, share, comment on my videos. We'll keep in touch. We'll still talk. We'll talk about politics and stuff another time. Right now, I'm kind of taking a little break from it. I still dabble into it, and I still know what's going on, and we all know what's going on. But I'll tell you what, if you love somebody, tell them you love them. Concealed weapon holders, permit holders for concealed weapons, carry them guns. We need you to carry them guns. Always believe in Jesus. Always believe in God. If you don't have a relationship with him, get a relationship with him. That's very important. Watch my buddy Mark Catfield, Donald Wiseman, or Wisman. Watch his videos, share them out. Waterbug68 is a good buddy of mine, country boy from Georgia. And watch his videos, man. He's got some good content. He talks about everything, plays good music and everything. I love old Waterbug. And just share these guys out. Pastor Steve Warren, Faith Chapel Ministries, and Baxter, Tennessee. Check him out on Facebook. Watch his videos. He's got good music, good CD out. Support him. He's a true man of God, and he's the patriotic preacher. And boy, do we need a patriotic preacher right now. So until next time, y'all, I love you. Take care of yourself. Tell the family, hey, share me out to your friends. Share me out to your family. You know, I really appreciate all the support I get from you guys, and I like hearing from you. So until next time, I'll talk with y'all later. See ya.